A bright spot in today's economy has been the rapid growth in the so-called sharing economy, and this is epitomized by the ride-sharing service Uber. And Uber not only benefits riders who are able to access convenient, safe, reliable, and enjoyable transportation, but it also benefits drivers who are offered new employment opportunities, everything from a mother who has family commitments and can only work part-time to someone who lost their job and needs full-time employment to keep paying their bills. But despite these vast benefits that tend to accrue to traditionally underserved areas, just think, for example, in New York City, where yellow cabs are ubiquitous in downtown and midtown Manhattan, but are never to be found out in the low-income neighborhoods in Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Queens. But despite these benefits, you see a push by governments across the nation to try to slow down the growth of ride-sharing. Instead of protecting public safety, though, as is the common justification for these regulations, what they're doing is protecting the established taxi companies who have been insulated from competition for so long and operated as an effective cartel that their customer service has noticeably began to suffer. What we need to do as the economy continues to change and we see more and more innovation in the sharing economy is put in place regulations that actually keep consumers safe instead of just protecting established companies. And the way to do this is to view regulation as an ends, not a means. Rather than government dictating how an entrepreneur must meet their customers' needs, what they should do instead is ensure that if a company does harm someone or engage in unethical business practices, that they're held liable, instead of saying, this is what you have to do. Thankfully, a lot of millennials, I've heard this group described as Ubertarians before, people who don't want government to get in between them and their Uber and see regulation for what it often is, attempts to protect established companies, not the public safety, are having more and more influence. What we need to do to keep this economy going and to get more growth that we need to get employment opportunities for young people is to foster more of this sort of innovation and encourage the rise in ride sharing and the sharing economy in general.